Hi, my name is Kate Madden, and today this video is coming from Laval, Quebec, a suburb just north of Montreal, on the unceded ancestral land of the Ganeagawa people of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. The reason I am on the other side of the country is because tomorrow, in less than 12 hours, I am going over to the Montreal GRS clinic, and Dr. Brassard is performing gender confirmation surgery, bottom surgery, a vaginoplasty. So I just wanted to make a video. I don't know how long it'll be. Maybe it'll be quick, maybe it'll be long. I'm just making a video just to document that I'm here. And this channel really has documented a lot of things in my transition, quite literally from the time I went full-time until today, 4 years later. And a lot of you have been around since the beginning, and thank you. And for those of you who came later on and went back and watched a whole bunch of those videos, thank you very much. Your messages, your support, your comments, even just the likes and the watches are really great, just to know that I'm having an impact and by sharing my story and helping others in the same situation. Preparing for surgery, massive surgery, it is mentally challenging in that you're going to do something traumatic to your body, physically damaging or healing eventually, but it is a trauma that you are inflicting on yourself to correct 40 years of testosterone poisoning and the incorrect gender assigned at birth. But it's not an easy one. There's a lot of time off work needed, so the doctor's note will be for 8 to 12 weeks, pending no complications, anything like that. None of my friends who have been here, and I kind of feel like the last of my peer group going through this, but none of my friends who have gone through this over the last couple of years have experienced any serious complications. I'm confident with my surgeon being Dr. Brassard that there won't be any issues. He is one of the leaders, I feel, surgically, of the penile inversion technique, and a pioneer, at least here in Canada. The reason I am going with Dr. Brassard and Montreal GRS is that there is an option for those of us in British Columbia to go to Vancouver General Hospital, and I did get the phone call 2 weeks ago that I was able to come in for my first appointment. However, they require electrolysis to be done, and that is going to take about a year and a half, and who knows how long the wait will be for the surgery. And I just didn't want to wait anymore. I do prefer the technique, the peritoneal pull-through technique that they use there, but at the end of the day, it's not life or death for me. And Dr. Brassard, like I said, is a world leader in this technique, and I'm confident being put under the knife with him based on just how happy all my friends are with the results that they've gotten here in that Montreal GRS. So I came in, I landed Saturday. Today is Sunday. Nope. I'm totally confused because I'm in the hotel room a lot. I landed Saturday evening. Today is Monday. I came in early for two reasons. One, I needed to get a PCR test, and I didn't want to be rushing around the day before surgery. And two, at time of recording, PCR tests are required. At time of recording, early April 2022, masks are full effect here in the province of Quebec. However, you don't have to show proof of vaccination like you have to in British Columbia. So yeah, needed the PCR test, and I didn't want to be rushing around as well. Having traveled as much as I have for work to Toronto and so on, changing time zones as frequently as I have, I knew I wanted the extra day in the Eastern time zone just to adjust my body so that tomorrow, when I get up at God knows what time. I haven't decided yet. When I get up tomorrow, I won't be as impacted by the time zone change. I mean, I still will be, but not as badly as I thought I would. So yeah, I got the PCR test yesterday. There is testing. Lilium Diagnostics is the partner that Montreal GRS works with. There is one nearby, 2 kilometers away, but they weren't open on Sunday, so I went into downtown Montreal. It was a $38 Uber ride. It took about 40 minutes, 35 minutes, and it was about the same, $37, $38 coming back. However, we hit traffic. Even on a Sunday afternoon, Montreal traffic was bad coming across the bridge back to Laval, and had I been in a taxi cab, I think that would have been over $100 cab ride. So just heads up if you're coming to Montreal and it's something on your radar. I love downtown Montreal. I've been here a few times for work. So yeah, I walked around yesterday down Rue St. Catherine, and had a coffee, grabbed lunch at Ruben's Deli, world famous Montreal smoked meat sandwich. I don't know what kind of meat it is, but it's smoked and it's from Montreal. So picked up an Expos jersey or shirt as a souvenir. I couldn't get a Habs, couldn't bring myself to buy a Habs shirt. Le Bleu Blanc et Rouge. Couldn't do that being a Canucks fan, but I did walk by the old Forum and realized the Vancouver Canucks will never win as many Stanley Cups as that old building has seen over the decades. But yeah, I did get an Expos t-shirt. I had an Expos hat when I was a kid. Incidentally, some of those early moments of gender dysphoria, gender identity recognition was wearing that Montreal Expos hat way back when in the early 80s. So that, and they would have won the World Series in 1994 if not for that lockout. So we would have had the Blue Jays 2 seasons and then the Expos winning 1 season. So enjoy it, Washington. Maybe one day they'll come back. But yeah, mentally preparing is it's been a challenge. I'm grateful for the people in my life who have helped me, who settle me down, slow me down. It's been really peaceful having that presence in my life. There's also a lot of logistics involved. It's not just the mental aspect of preparing yourself for major surgery. It's also the financial aspect. So in British Columbia, you have to pay for your own flight here. So for me, with tax, it's about $900. They do cover your meals, $50 Uber certificate. There's also a restaurant downstairs. I've had lunch and dinner there. It's not covered, but it's okay. I think it's a little overpriced and a little loud, but it's okay. It's not bad. Service is kind of slow, but I think service is kind of slow anywhere you go these days. As we come out of the pandemic or as we go into a 6th wave, depending on who you talk to. Another thing to consider is that you will be requested to bring some items and like things that you're going to be using to prepare. So tonight I'm going to do 2 enemas, 4 hours apart. Not looking forward to it, but it's got to be done. They want you to bring your own lube. So I just picked this up at the pharmacy for $3.99. They also have a whole list of things. There's a lot of paperwork, right? With big bold letters, this is irreversible. But anyways, of course it is. They say you'll never have children. Well, then anyways. There's a shopping list of things you need to come here, such as the lube, the enema, but also things that you need to buy for when you get back. So absorbent pads to go on your bed, that sort of thing. Another thing you're going to need to get is chlorhexidine soap. You got to do 2 showers with this. So I'll do one later tonight after the enema, and then one in the morning. This is a change. So the people I know who have come to Montreal previously used trimmers to shave the surgical area. I've been asked to use depilatory cream, Nair, whatever this is. Haven't had a lot of positive experiences with this. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but they're really clear in the packaging, and so I'm going to do it, see how it goes, and apparently a nurse will inspect the area when I get there tomorrow morning. I also picked up some vitamin E cream. Apparently it's good for scar recovery. What I did notice about preparing all of this stuff, like getting all this stuff, Amazon, different pharmacies, it's a lot of $7.99, $3.99, $8.99, $12.99. It's a lot of things that add up really quickly. So, I knew this was on the horizon. Like I knew I submitted all my paperwork in August of last year. So I had started saving, cashed in some stuff as well. I'm okay. It's not comfortable, but I'm okay. And, that would be one thing I would suggest, is start saving. Like if 18 months out, regardless of where you go, it's 20,000 US to go to Thailand, for example, or 75,000 US to go to Dr. Bowers in San Francisco. So expenses are going to differ based on where you go, but like wherever you're going to go, whatever's covered, whatever's not covered, you're still going to have out-of-pocket expenses that add up really quickly, or things you forgot to get. So, for example, I forgot the lube in Vancouver. So fortunately, there's a pharmacy 5 minutes down the way. Beautiful day here in Laval. Went for a walk, went across the street to the mall, had a coffee, came back, everything's fine. The one question I've been coming back to over and over and over in my head the last few days as I prepare for this, is the irreversibility of it. That's something I've accepted. I mean, like after 4 years of hormones and testosterone blockers, like I think it's already irreversible personally. But the question in my mind is, was it worth it? Was it worth it? And yes, unquestionably it was. My life in a lot of ways is harder today than it was before, but I'm a lot happier. I'm a lot fuller, in terms of how I can live my life, how I can love my life, how I can be loved, how I can share love. I think as a parent, as a partner, as a friend, as a sibling, as a coworker, as a random person walking down the street, just being able to have the self-awareness to recognize things that I needed to work on, and then doing the work that I think taking that mask of dysphoria off and starting the whole transition process medically to get to this point was a big part of that. So yeah, it was worth it, and I love my life now. So the taxi will come tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. I don't know what happens after that. This is real time, so to speak. I don't know if I'll be able to do a video at the clinic. I don't expect to. My focus, of course, will be recovery, just doing what the nurses tell me to do. But I'll certainly do a follow-up video, post-surgical recovery video, or, here's what I learned, here's what to expect. But I just wanted to put something together about the preparation involved. for Dr. Brassard here in Montreal, especially for Canadian trans folks who are here, and just to help, because I don't think there's a lot of videos out there about the night before. So yeah, that's that. It's 4 o'clock in Montreal, so that means I got to do my first enema, so I'm going to go do that, and we'll see what the night brings and what happens in the morning. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, here's to life.